I told you.
How many times have you done this?
Not enough.
Evidently not enough.
Zoe's from Denver.
I'm gonna see up there, Tom. See up there.
Let's be close. Let's be close. No, it's not going to work. I know.
Hi, welcome to Trivia. What do you know? Today is January 22nd. It's Thursday. This is our Showdown. And tonight we've got Bob Parady as the co-host tonight. He's here with us. He's representing the Bourne Recreation Authority. He won their big Christmas party trivia show. And Bob's well known throughout town. He's kind of a legend. I've known him my whole life. He's a wonderful guy, and I'm glad to have him here to keep us all in line.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, Bob.
Yeah, thanks, Skip.
And I'm going to let Bob jump right into this.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me, and thanks I'm glad to be representing the Bourne Recreation Authority this evening, and want to remind everyone first that tonight's show is not a call-in show. Instead, we're celebrating our 4th Trivia Showdown this evening. And we have 7 Trivia bi-weekly winners with us this evening, and I'd like to introduce them. Alex Fenton, who's from Monterey Beach, he's our August winner. Greg Powers of Pecasset, our September winner. And he's Jenny's dad. Jenny was one of the kids' Showdown winners, and Jenny was the youngest player and a great contestant on the show. Patty Towers of Pecasset, hi Patty. She was the October winner. Karen Crocker of Pocasset, our November winner. Lita Gasper of Monument Beach, the December winner. Debbie Campbell of Monument Beach, who was the December winner. And Linda Krizik of Pocasset, who was, I don't know when you won, Linda, but you were always January winner. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks everybody for coming. Tonight's scorekeeper will be Alan Milstead. And many of our volunteers, I want to thank many of the volunteers at the studio for keeping score, and you'll hear from them time to time. Judy Reardon is the host of History Happening. She's our timekeeper, and History is Happening is a monthly broadcast here on Comcast. And can you tell us about your next program, Judy?
Yes, Skip, be happy to. Everybody in town, as you know, is very excited about commemorating the 125th anniversary of the establishment of the town of Bourne. Separating West Sandwich from Sandwich, as of course you know, West Sandwich was once Bourne. So our next program is going to feature a discussion with Jerry Ellis, noted local historian, I guess author, storyteller. And Jerry's going to bring us back many, many years and go through the history of how this came about, all of the happenings that caused that eventual separation and the independence of Bourne. So that's going to be our next program, and then we'll keep the community updated on other things that are happening as well for this celebration of the 125th anniversary. The Buzzards Bay Beautification Group is very active in planning a commemoration, and it's going to take place April 2nd, 4 to 6 p.m. at the community center, so people should mark their calendars for that. And as part of the program the Beautification Group is putting together, the Historical Society is going to be working with them as well. The Historical Society is going to reprint a narrative that was written by Alice Gibbs for the 100th anniversary. And with that, we're going to be able to distribute it at the program so people will have it to take home with Alice Gibbs' recollections of many things, what Bourne was like 25 years ago, but also what happened to bring about that establishment of Bourne. We're going to put illustrations in that as well and do it with a PowerPoint. So a lot is happening, but the story of how this came about, how Bourne became Bourne, will be told by Jerry Ellis on the next History is Happening.
Excellent, excellent. That's going to be really interesting because a lot of people don't realize that Bourne was once part of Sandwich, and then they did break off, and it took a long time to break off, but they did. So before we begin the showdown tonight, I want to thank everyone who makes this and all the programming here on Comcast possible. Coop, Cindy Coffin, Alan and Leslie Milstead, Judy Reardon, Mo Ehrlich, Jen Chiser, myself, Diane Flynn, and who's our producer, and Dick Anderson. So thanks everybody. You know, everybody volunteers and keeps this thing going. It doesn't work by itself. There's a lot of people out here that make it happen, and we really appreciate it. We really do. So now, Alan, you want to tell us about the scoring and the guidelines?
Make it as simple as possible. You have 15 seconds to answer each question. When the time is called, but please not before, hold your pads up so that Skip and Bob and Judy can see your answers. And then please write your next answer on a fresh sheet of paper. If we get to 55 minutes and there is a tie, then we will have a sudden death showdown between those tying at that point.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Alan. A donation will be made to the Bourne Food Pantry on behalf of all of you players this evening. So, and thank you very much for participating. So now let's play.
Okay, you have the first
I got
question,
the
and just before
first question.
I want to point out that they're playing for a trophy also tonight. They're going to leave with
Yes.
a trophy.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It wasn't in the script, but the trophy's
Okay.
right there. That's what you're playing for, besides the donation of the food pantry. So,
Okay.
pardon me.
Thank you, Skip. Okay, here's our first question. Which TV series coined the phrase, "Book 'em, Dano"?
Okay, time's up. Hold up your answers, please.
Okay, who's got it? Who's got it? Karen has it. Lita has it. Debbie has it. It was Hawaii 5-0. Remember Hawaii 5-0? Book 'em, Dano. That was, I think, James MacArthur was Dano. Was famous for a lot of Walt Disney movies. So.
Wow,
Okay.
excellent. You guys are doing good. You're off to a fast start. Okay, this one's of the similar era, probably. Which actress was the first wife of Ronald Reagan? And as we know, Ronald Reagan actually ended up being a president. So,
Time's up. Hold up your answers, please.
okay, the answer was Jane Wyman. So we've got Lita has it, Greg has it, Karen has it, and that's it. So, want to hold them up again? Karen, Greg, and Lita. Thank you.
Okay, next question. In 1856, I know you all remember that, this slave unsuccessfully sued for his freedom based on the fact that he had lived in free states. His famous lawsuit and subsequent ruling by the United States Supreme Court further widened the divide between the North and the South. Who was he? You can all remember your high school history on this one.
Time's up.
Okay,
Hold up your
hold up your answers. Sir. Let me, we got one, Lita. Dred Scott. The Dred Scott is,
That's because I was born in 18.
yeah.
I knew that's what
Okay, that was a tough question and excellent job, Lita. You know, okay. So my question is, name the first inductee to the Baseball Hall of Fame by virtue of receiving the most votes.
Time's up.
Okay, it was Ty Cobb. Lita's got it. Alex has got it. Anybody else? Okay. Very good. Very good.
Okay, this question, you got a 50-50 chance of being right. So that makes it a little easier. Did Adolf Hitler commit suicide? So your answer is yes or no.
Okay.
Time's up.
Time's up. The answer is yes. Karen, Alex, Lita, Greg, Debbie, Linda, all had the correct answers. Anyone know
Did you
what
say Linda
date?
and Debbie?
Yeah. Yeah, April 30th, 1945.
Okay, very good. There have been 3 U.S. presidents who have received the Nobel Prize. Name 2 of them. This one's probably a little harder.
Time's up. Hold up your answers, please.
The answer is Theodore Roosevelt, Woodrow Wilson, and Jimmy Carter.
Oh, I
So-
thought Martin Luther King, he's not even president.
One doesn't
just-
count.
President either.
Had our
One
first,
doesn't count. No, one doesn't count. And-
I was just shocked.
Did anybody have 2?
school.
I'm sorry. And Al Gore had actually had his name in the first bunch here, and we pulled it out because he actually wasn't a president.
wasn't
Although
president
in
when he won
Tennessee
it.
he was president, never mind. So
Yeah.
you know. Okay, so tough question.
Okay. And how many games of this I played with my kids growing up? In Monopoly. How many houses must a player have before he or she can buy a hotel? So we need a number. How many houses? Once you get so many houses, you can buy a hotel.
Time's up.
Time's up. The answer is 4.
I vote 4, then the hotel.
We'll say 4. You're right. 4. It's 4 is the answer. So Patty, we'll give you that because you have 4 houses. That's the answer. Alex, Karen, Lita, Greg, everybody got it right. Debbie and Linda.
Alex,
Everyone.
Karen, Lita, Greg,
Yeah.
Linda and Debbie?
Everybody.
Yes, everybody had that one.
Okay, nobody's getting skunked tonight. You know. Okay, on the TV show Knight Rider, what is the name of the computer in the car? And basically what that means is when he speaks to the car, what does he call it? Sometimes I speak to my car.
We don't want to know what you call it.
Time's up.
Time's up.
Yeah, very good. We've got Kit is the name. Patty's got it. Karen's got it. Alex has got it. Greg's got it. Debbie's got it.
Can you slow down?
Yeah, it's a generational thing.
Okay, that was the
You
front.
know?
What about the back row? Skip. Skip.
Elderly
I got
harassment.
the front row, but not the back row.
Okay, the back row was Greg and Debbie. Okay, you all set?
Okay, next question. Now listen carefully, because it's how many teeth are you supposed to have? Not how many you've got. Because I don't have this number, I know that. But how many teeth are you supposed to have? Again, it's a number. It's a number of teeth in your, if you had a full set in your mouth, how many would it be?
Time's up.
The answer is 32. Patty, Lita, Greg, Debbie, Linda. Count. No. Now, so Alan, what are the Where are we now with the standings?
Karen has 5, Patty has 3, Greg has 5, Debbie has 5, Linda has 3, Alex has 4, and Lita is in the lead with 7.
Lita has 7.
Wow.
Ah, yes. What are dried grapes called?
Time's up.
They're called raisins. Oh, yeah. Yeah, cool. As opposed to craisins. Alex and Karen have it right. Lita has it right.
Alex, Karen,
And Linda has it right.
Lita, and Linda.
Very good.
If there are any soccer parents here tonight, what color is a soccer ball? Should be probably colors.
Time's up.
Okay. It's white and black is the answer.
Oh, I had black and
Oh,
white.
black and white. Black and white doesn't count. Patty, Karen, Alex, Lita, everybody's got it. Greg, Debbie, Linda.
What's the real name of
That's a,
football?
yeah, that's a good point. And-
Association.
They just blew the next question. That's right, practically every other country, it's football.
Okay, this question is just a little different. How many pounds are there in a kilogram?
I'm glad they never switched to the metric system because I never understood that.
I still don't. I still don't.
And it's supposedly a lot easier, but
I can use a number 10 wrench.
yeah, really.
That's about it.
Time's up.
And you know, it works the same way.
Really way off.
Okay, we got the time, right?
Yep,
Okay.
called it.
Time's
Okay,
up.
we've got the time, and it's 2.2 pounds, which is why nobody wants to get on a scale.
Yeah.
Okay? Patty has it. Karen has it. Greg has it. Debbie says, "Hi, Mom." And no, that's it.
Generational thing.
That's
Yeah,
a
so-
yeah, right.
No.
So on that scale, I'd probably weigh almost 400. Actually, I'd probably weigh 400
No,
pounds.
At least
You know?
much more than that. This is a little geography, and this is the cap. I want to know what nation, or of what nation is Dakar, and I'll spell it Dhaka, and I think I said it right. The capital. So Dakar's the capital of what nation or country?
Time's up. Hold up
I
your
asked the
answers,
question.
please.
Yeah. Oh, the answer is Bangladesh. Anyone have it? No. No, we shut you out on that. I wouldn't have known that one. I wouldn't have known that one.
Skip, there's something else we probably should tell the listeners about. The Buzzards Bay Beautification Group is doing many things, and one of them is to serve hot chocolate and marshmallows tomorrow night for the ice-breaking event at the new rink, the park by the canal in Buzzards Bay Center. So they invite everybody for this family event to celebrate the opening of this wonderful, wonderful new rink. And the studio crew, some of them are going to be there for filming it as well, and it's going to be shown on a closer look later this month. So not only do you get to try out the new rink, but you may be on the next video a closer look.
Or you may have hot chocolate and marshmallows.
And you
know?
certainly would have hot chocolate
You'll be
and
able to tell where the
marshmallows.
hot chocolate and marshmallows are because that's where I'll be.
Another thing this beautification group is doing, because they do so much, is having a call for artists for their second annual Art from the Heart of Bourne. This is going to be March 20th through 22nd, again in downtown Buzzards Bay. And it's a judge show and sale. Very successful last year, and it will be again this year. So go to the web pages, www.buzzardsbaybeautification.org, or call 759-6123 for more information. A lot happening.
Yeah, I went to that art show last year, and it was excellent, and there was a lot of local artists there, and it was really pretty cool. And if you don't like art, you'll enjoy this, because it's not the kind of art you think it is. There was a lot of enjoyable stuff there, and it was a good time, and people really enjoyed themselves. I want to give somebody an opportunity to say hello to the students. I believe it's Karen, you know, so because she's going to show them a videotape, and she's a teacher, and she wants to say hi to her kids. So go ahead.
They'll have to watch me on video. Once again, humiliating myself.
Yeah, big trouble. Okay, so in honor of that, could you, all of you, convert 0.35 to the lowest numerator and denominator fraction? You can use your pads to figure it out. 0.35 would be what decimal equivalent? Yeah, fraction equivalent, sorry. Right. Going backwards here.
Time's up. Put up your pads.
Okay, time's up. So we've got, how are we doing? The answer is 7/20. So we know who the math wizards are. Karen and Patty.
Wow.
Anybody else? That was very good, especially when I asked the question as I did. You did excellent.
I started writing and I was
One of my favorite sitcoms quite a while ago. And what was the name of the cab company on the TV sitcom Taxi? So this is the name of the company that everybody worked for on that sitcom.
Time's up.
And the answer is Sunshine.
Oh, sure.
Does anybody have that? Yes.
Wow.
Alex does. Alex has it. Anyone else? No? Good job, Alex.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite.
Yeah,
You know,
I always loved that
It was
show.
really, you know, good show. So, in comics, who says, "I am what I am"? And that's all that I am.
Time's up.
The answer is Popeye. And everybody has it.
Wow.
Everybody has it. Congratulations, that was excellent.
Okay. This one is name the first reusable spacecraft. And just so you don't get confused, the answer is not the shuttle. It's the actual name of a spacecraft, a reusable spacecraft. And what was the first one?
That we know of.
That we know of. Yeah, that's true. Good point. That we know of.
Time's up.
That was quick.
Well,
I spent so much time explaining it, right?
Yeah.
give him a little extra
How
there.
we doing?
Yeah. Anybody? Oh, I should tell you the answer. Columbia. Columbia. Alex has got it. Alex got it. Anyone else? No? Yeah, he can't reuse it anymore. No?
Yeah, there just are so many spacecrafts. It's really getting to be tough nowadays. I can remember when there was like the Sputnik, and that was it. That must be old.
I know.
And some dog in it. No. So what part of the book, any book, is called a flyleaf? That's kind of a tough question. What part of the book is called the flyleaf?
Time's up.
Okay, I have no idea why they call that, but it's the blank page in the front or the back of the book. You could have front or back or both. First page, it just has to be a blank page. That's what makes it the flyleaf.
Yeah.
And Linda has it, the empty page.
Thinking it's blank, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say Linda's answer was the answer. Did anybody else have it?
I think the first page.
She has the first page, isn't always blank. The first page, it's not usually the first page, actually.
The first blank page?
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. We were looking for a blank page,
My brain was
and Linda got it. Thank you.
Okay, identify the U.S. president who said, and I quote, "The business of America is business."
Time's up.
It's surprising he said anything because the answer is Silent Cal Coolidge. That was his nickname, Silent Calvin Coolidge. Anybody have Calvin Coolidge? He was from, anyone know where he was from? Northampton.
Oh, he was from Northampton.
I believe so. Somebody's going to call and correct me. but
They can't call tonight.
You can't call tonight, so you can't correct me. No emails, nothing. But I'm pretty sure it's from Northampton.
Yep. So, we're from the typewriter generation
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
but
Typewriter.
what is the computer language for the acronym modulator demodulator? You know, we're from the scheme when we were big time if you had more than 2 balls for your computer, your typewriter. The modulator demodulator. Modulator being one word, demodulator being the next, not me saying modulator,
Time's
the
up.
modulator.
Time.
And actually, people have it right, so I'm surprised. The answer is modem. Patty has
modem.
it, Karen has it, Alex has it, Lita has it,
I wouldn't have
Debbie
got that, I
has
don't
it.
think.
Sorry.
And of course, I
You
didn't
went too
have
fa-
it, and I have it in my hand, and I couldn't get it.
Can you do the back row again, please?
I
You went too
said-
fast.
Could I go across again? Patty had it, Karen had it, Alex had it, Lita had it, Debbie had it.
Thank you.
With my name tag.
I'm sorry if I spoke too fast. I'll slow down.
Okay, Alan, after 20 questions, what are our standings?
All right, so Karen now has 11, Patty has 8, Greg has 9, Debbie has 8, Linda has 7, Alex has 10, and Lita, jointly with Karen in the lead, with 11.
Okay. Again, another question that involves geography. Name one of the 2 rivers that bound the city of Washington, D.C. And if you get them both, we'll give you 2 points. Yeah, 2 rivers that bound. Well, if you get one, you'll get 1 point. If you can get them both, we'll give you an extra point. Oh, I don't think I would have known the second one.
Time's up.
Okay. It's the Potomac. That's the Anacostia, if I'm pronouncing that right. So let me get it here. We got 1 point for Patty. Potomac, Karen's got 1. Alex has got 1. Lita's got 1. Greg's got 1. That's it. Nobody got I never heard of it. Anacostia is the other river.
Yes, also known as Delaware.
I had Delaware, didn't you? Oh, that's because he had Delaware.
Yeah.
I'm a little slow on the.
No.
So, what is an isthmus? It's not the last
we
part
sh-
of Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say that we should have done this question the opposite. The answer should have been the question,
Yeah.
because it's several words make up the answer.
Yeah.
Time's up.
Yeah, I don't make up the questions. Okay, it's basically it's a narrow strip of land connecting two pieces of land. Yeah, narrow strip of land connecting two pieces of land. And there's water on the sides. So Patty has it.
Piece of land between two.
Yeah, that's
Connecting
Karen
two
has it.
larger masses of land.
Alex has it. Now,
A narrow passage of.
okay, Lita has
Isthmus
it.
of Panama.
Anybody
yeah.
else? Anybody else got it?
Lita?
Okay. Patty had it.
I think I
I
started.
did say Patty had it.
Okay, speaking of isthmus, I can't even pronounce it. The Isthmus of Panama. How long is the Panama Canal? And the answer is in miles, so. You don't need to get it exactly because it is a fractional.
Time's up.
Well, I expect the answer is I didn't mean, I mean, it's 50.72 miles. I'm not going to hold you to the 7.2. 50 miles. Alex got it? 50 miles is, that's good. Anybody else got 50?
Not me.
Okay, just Alex.
He's tied with
How long have you been playing trivia with us, Bob?
When did the show start?
I don't have a clue. I have a clue.
long
Did you guys
time.
know that? Anybody know that? No?
That would be a trivia
I
question.
think this has been like 2 years, right? Yeah, it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of night Thursdays, sometimes I have meeting conflicts, which causes a problem, but
Yeah.
I try and tune in and get a few questions in. Never won, but get the host. See, I say I won another contest.
I find
got
it to
the
be a
host.
real learning experience myself, just because
yeah.
I don't know most of this stuff. It's a lot of fun and people have a good time. So I'm going to go on a little bit. What does the C in E equals MC squared mean?
The letter C.
The letter
What's it
C.
stand for?
It would be a capital C. I had to put my glasses on to make sure. 'Cause, they used the small print on me.
Time's up.
Okay, the E means the velocity of light. Does anybody have
C.
anything close to that?
What did you say, E?
I
C.
had 4
C.
out of 5
C.
letters.
B.
The what?
I started to say
The
speed.
C is, you're asking what the C stands for.
The
Correct.
C stands for the velocity of light.
So it's energy equals mass times the speed of light squared.
Acceleration.
Well, the C is actually the speed of light. So it's energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. So C is the speed of light.
We're in big trouble tonight, guys. Somebody actually knew the answer, but it wasn't a contestant. Yeah, we know why the Brick Authority sent them.
Yeah. Well, now this is kind of a, not kind of, it is a trick question.
Interesting question.
Interesting. It's a little bit of a
It's
trick
been in
question.
the news last couple of days.
Yes, it has been. And the question is, what did the Emancipation Proclamation actually, that's the key word, actually do? Not what was it. What did it actually do?
Time's up.
Okay, the answer to a lot of people is, that's why I said the actually, because a lot of people say, well, it freed the slaves. Well, it really didn't. It freed only the slaves who were in Confederate territory.
I got SOU, and the buzzer went off with
Oh,
sound.
oh, yeah, that's good. That's all right. That's what it was. The ones in Confederate territory, not slaves that were still in states under Union control. So Patty had it, freed slaves in the the south. No, because it was only, the people that were slaves in Union-controlled states were not freed. It was only the Confederate states.
So just Patty?
Just Patty, I think.
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
Yeah, it has been in the news the last couple of days because
Right.
although it just has been. So
Oh,
it was right out there, part of the discussion.
yep.
This wasn't. How many children did Lincoln have that survived infancy only? So in other words, how many grew to be adults or teenagers or whatever, survived infancy? And that's not unusual. A lot of babies used to die.
Time's up.
Okay, they didn't give me the, well, he had 3 sons who survived.
Beyond
So-
infancy. Yeah.
Nobody has it. He did have 3. One was a businessman, one who died at age 12, and the only child to die in the White House, and that was a 12-year-old, and one who served 18, who died at 18, 5 years after Lincoln's assassination.
Okay. The short, hairy-footed creatures called hobbits first appeared in what J.R.R. Tolkien book? They're in probably maybe almost all the books, but which book did they first appear in?
Time's up.
And the answer is The Hobbit. There's one.
Almost too easy. I was afraid that I was.
Patty, Karen, Greg, Debbie, Linda. Got that one? And Skip, your next question is back to the Hobbit.
I know. And I like that trilogy, I really did.
Yep.
One of my favorite, and this character actually really, it reminded me of my brother Tom. From The Hobbit. From The Hobbit, who discovers the famous ring that conveyed the power of invisibility? Who is this Hobbit? This guy reminds me of Tom.
Yeah, that's the guy who reminds you of Tom, right?
Oh, me. Tom lives in Falmouth now, so he doesn't see the show. I can say what I want.
Yeah, right.
Time's up.
Oh, it was Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins.
Baggins.
Frodo. Bilbo. Yes.
Bilbo
Very good. Lita has him.
It's the only one I know. I never
And-
read the book.
Yeah, Frodo was his nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good characters in the books, they need.
Okay, we'll
Family members.
come back from the Lord of the Rings now to reality and some history. Did Sitting Bull kill Custer? So again, yes or no answer on that.
Time's up.
And the answer is no. That was a popular myth. Sitting Bull, in fact, did not even fight in the battle. He wasn't even in the Battle of Little Bighorn. So who we got? Everyone? Well, we got Alex, Karen, Lita, Greg, and Linda.
Is that Greg?
Greg. Okay. This is an easy one. Where was Ralph Waldo Emerson born? Where was he from? I mean, it's easy if you know the answer.
They're all easy if you know the answer, right?
Time's up.
Oh, me. Okay, he was from Boston. He was the son of a Unitarian minister. And Alex has it. I really am hoping for Boston. And Alex has Boston.
You didn't say what city.
Well,
Yeah, probably should have said that.
I did too. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Since we both have Concord.
So just Alex?
I'm getting a lot of feedback. Some people had Massachusetts. Is that acceptable? No?
Didn't
Okay.
say what time.
Need a judge
Yeah, they
here.
wanted
It
to know
should have
where.
said
Boston was
what
good.
city or what town, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, which Ford automobile?
Not John. Or
Not
the
John
other one.
Ford or Ford O'Connor, or which Ford automobile classic appeared in 1908?
Time's up.
And the answer is the Model T. And it looks like everyone has it. Everybody. Does anyone know how many colors it came in? That's right, black. Black. It was sold in only one color. By 1927, Ford sold more than 15 million Model Ts.
This would be a good time, Alan, if you could update us on the standings.
Karen has 16, Patty has 12, Greg has 13, Debbie has 10, Linda has 9, Alex has 16, as does Lita. So we have three-way tie at the moment.
Oh, tightening up here.
Thank you, Alan. Okay, so back to the questions. What action did Rosa Parks' arrest trigger? What action? It set off something that happened that is really notable. Was notable and still is today.
What was the question?
Wait, what action did Rosa Parks' arrest trigger? And I'll give you a hint. It happened in Montgomery, Alabama. That's about the only hint I can give you. But what did it trigger? It triggered a real issue.
Time's up.
A bus boycott, yes. And Karen has it.
No, see the bus.
Does anybody else have the bus boycott? Blacks can ride the bus with whites. No, it was a boycott. They boycotted the city's bus system for 382 days. All the blacks refused to ride the bus. And it would be like, it was a big issue. Big issue.
Okay, Walt Whitman, the poet, was encouraged to write the poems, quote, "O Captain, my Captain," and "When lilacs last in the dooryard bloomed," after the death of a man he greatly admired. Who was he, the man that Walt Whitman greatly admired? Who was that man?
The subject of the poem, who was it?
Well, he wrote it after this man passed away.
Time's up.
Okay, the answer is Abraham Lincoln. There we go, Alex has got it.
It wasn't Walt Whitman, I guess.
He didn't write it after he passed it. Abe Lincoln, Greg has it. You got Greg?
Yep.
That's it, right? Alex and Greg had that one. Good guess if you guessed.
No, you guys are hot tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and you got to be specific on this. What did Ben Franklin's famous kite experiment prove? I'm sure we can all picture it in our mind.
Time's up.
I proved that lightning was electricity. That's what it proved. And electricity, yep, okay, Patty has it, exactly.
I didn't write it all the way through.
Lightning is electricity.
I wrote.
And that's why I asked you to be specific, because it has to be, lightning is electricity. That's what he proved. Just like water is wet, because nobody knew what lightning was before that. It was a flash in the sky. So he proved that it was electricity.
So just Patty.
Just Patty. Very
Okay.
good, Patty.
Good job, Patty.
Yeah.
Just Patty.
This one, should all get this one now. I'd even get this one. The abbreviation for boulevard is the abbreviation. If you're abbreviating the word boulevard.
Time's up.
Okay. Of course, it's BLVD period.
Have the period.
Oh, I know if I'm going to kill you on the period. Everybody has it.
She's getting competitive.
Arguing over the period.
I don't either.
Okay, what are the two colors of the flag of the United Nations? Or the United Nations flag?
Time's up.
Okay, the colors are blue and white. Does anybody have? Lita has blue and white. Greg has blue and white. Alex has white and blue. We're going to accept that. Thank you.
I'm glad I'm a guest host tonight, not a contestant, because I wouldn't get a lot of these. Okay, of Shakespeare in Love and Saving Private Ryan, those two movies, should be which won the Academy Award for Best Movie in 1998? Of those two, Shakespeare in Love and Saving Private Ryan. Those were two of the movies nominated that year for Best Movie.
Time's up.
It was Shakespeare in Love. That would have probably put down Private Ryan. Okay. Karen has it. Lita has it. Greg. And that's it.
Okay. Yeah, what Bob's picking up on tonight is that, and this always happens, the people who are asking the questions, we always have to ad-lib a little bit, because
Right.
a lot of the questions may not fully be there, because we don't really have the time to do a lot of proofreading, and a lot of, this isn't, most of this stuff
big
is not,
production,
it's
right?
not headed for the courthouse.
I was waiting for the commercial. Where are the commercials?
Yeah, no
Wait for a
commercials.
commercial break here.
Yeah. Okay, a barrel maker. You know, barrel maker is someone skilled at making wooden barrels. What is the correct term for this craftsman? And you'll see these barrel makers at different festivals around, and they usually have a little sign saying what they are. I'm talking about a wooden barrel maker who puts rings on it.
Not trash cans.
No, not trash
Not
cans.
metalworker.
No.
Time's up.
And the answer is a Cooper. And Karen has it, and Alex has it, and Lita has it, and I guess that's it. And it's really interesting to see a Cooper work, because to make their barrels tight, they'll build a little fire to make the wood swell up, and they make it tighter and tighter. And it's really pretty cool. They make good wine, too.
The original Star Wars trilogy, who directed it? What was the name of the person who directed the original Star Wars trilogy?
Time's up.
Okay, George Lucas. Yeah. Karen. Alex. Debbie. It's those three. Yeah, a lot of people think Steven Spielberg. I don't know if he was an executive producer or something, but I think Lucas actually
Okay.
directed the movie.
Okay, this one, somebody might know it.
Someone might.
The fifth birth sign in Western astrology represents the fifth stage in evolution of man and his peace in the universe. Which kingly birth sign has this distinction? So it's the fifth birth sign in Western astrology. It represents the fifth stage in the evolution of man and his peace. Which kingly birth sign has this distinction? And I mean, I'm one of these, and I didn't have a clue. Or if you were born, say, between the end of July and the 1st of September.
Time's up.
Giving it away.
He is.
Yes.
I wouldn't
Leo
have-
the lion.
The kingly was the clue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Alex
That was-
has it.
Confused. I didn't
Lita has it. Debbie has it.
Sorry,
That was the
Alex,
clue.
Lita,
King, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Debbie.
didn't understand the question, but the word kingly.
I didn't understand it either. So, but that doesn't mean anything. It's still a legitimate question.
It is what it is.
3 people got it right. Okay.
Okay, what popular sitcom was Les Nessman, a newscaster of Hog Futures, on? What was the name of the sitcom? Les Nessman was a newscaster of Hog Futures.
Okay. I used to have my hopes in this guy.
Really?
Time's up.
WKRP or WKRP in Cincinnati, either one. Karen, Alex, Lita, Greg, Debbie, Linda.
Excellent, excellent, you know. It makes me realize I'm not as old as I think I am. Oh, let's see where we are here. Okay, this should be about the end of the regular questions. Alan, do you want to give us a tally and the standings? Because we're sneaking up, getting closer to the end, guys.
Okay, at the moment, Karen has 22, Patty has 14, Greg has 18, Debbie has 14, Linda has 11, Alex has 23, and Lita has 22. So at the moment, Alex is 1 ahead.
Okay, I'm going to ask the next question, but you're going to notice that we're going to slow down a little bit because we've got more time than we have questions. and you know, that doesn't happen very often.
We can give them more time.
But we can know some up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we can make some up.
Yeah, not a problem. What does the K inside a circle mean when it appears on the label of a commercially prepared food or beverage? You know? The K with a circle.
Will you repeat that?
What does the K inside a circle mean when it appears on the label of a commercially prepared food or beverage?
Letter K inside of the circle.
Time's
I believe
up.
it might be an ethnic thing,
Time.
you know. Kosher was the answer. Patty has it, Karen has it, Linda has it, Greg has it, Alex has it, Lita has it.
No,
No?
Lita,
Lita didn't have it.
no.
She had a circle with a K in it. I don't know. No, that was good. Yeah. We got 5 minutes left, so we're gonna roll along and ask some questions and get the winner and give them the trophy and talk a little bit, and maybe you can tell us what you think of the show.
Ask at least 2 more.
2 more questions. We
Okay.
got 2 more questions.
got
We
one.
got 2 more questions.
But Alex doesn't know.
Probably going to kick me off the show, but I'm going to change this question around because the answer's too long, so I'm going to change it. In Google, there is a section where you can find the best prices for any and all advertised products. What's the one-word name for that section of Google? So I changed the question because originally it gave that name and asked you to say what it was, but it was that best prices for any and all advertised products. That's a long answer. So I switched it around. What's the name of that place on Google called?
Again, it reminds me of my brother Tom.
Yeah, yeah. Really, these things remind you of Tom.
I know, it's funny.
Time's up.
The answer is Frugal. Froogle.
Yeah.
Anyone have that? I wouldn't have known that either. One thing, I am fairly computer literate, but I've never heard of Frugal before.
Yeah, frugal.
Froogle.
Frugal means reasonable.
Yeah, that's the way, that's what it's called.
Okay, I have an extra question that we're going to ask, but Bob's going to ask the question because my question is next. So I'm going to give this one to Bob so he has it, so he can
Okay.
ask it after I ask my question.
Oh,
If you
okay.
can read it.
All right,
Okay,
sure,
so
I
I'm going to
can
ask
read
this question, and then Bob will ask another question, and then we have another magical appearance of a question. You know, okay. Who adopted little orphan Annie? You remember her? Who adopted her?
Okay, time.
Okay, it was little orphan Annie. Who? It was Daddy Warbucks.
Daddy Warbucks.
Daddy Warbucks, and Karen has it, and Lita has it, and Alex has it. Greg has it. Very good. Did you get all those?
Four.
Okay, very good.
At first. Kate and I know, I don't know why, 'cause he had Bobby involved, so.
Okay. Who wrote the poem Gunga Din?
Oh, my.
Gunga Din. Name of the author.
Okay, time's up.
Time's up. It's Rudyard Kipling. So I'll give you even the last name. Good. Lita's got the entire name, Rudyard Kipling.
She's gonna come out with a new.
No one else has it, I guess, just Lita.
All right, I'm going to do this real quick because we're going to run out of time. We've got to announce the winner, okay? And Bob and I were both selectmen in town. Bob being a full-time town selectman. He could have been a town manager anywhere in the state. Who is the chairperson of the current Board of Selectmen? Thank you for your service.
Okay, announce
You're
the
most very welcome. It was a pleasure to be here.
Time's up on this one.
Okay, it's Stephen Mealy.
Stephen,
And we have Karen has it, Alex has it, Lita has it, Debbie has it. Okay, we need a winner. Who's the winner?
All right, so
Alan, I'm out of the way.
Patty has 25. Karen has 25. Patty has 15. Greg has 20. Debbie has 15. Linda has 12. Alex has 26. And Lita has 25. So Alex maintains
Alex
his 1
is-
point advantage.
Yeah.
Alex is the winner. Congratulations, Alex. Bob's got your trophy,
There you go.
and there'll be a donation to the food pantry in everybody's honor. Thank you so much for playing tonight.
Thank
They're
you.
running the credits. Thanks again. Wave. Say hey
Wave
to
to
everybody.
everybody.
You know,
Hey, Biggie.
and say hi to Barry Johnson.
Say
Yay!
Steve Miller, yeah, say hi to Steve.